Babe, I'm here to remind you today that the divine does not want you to struggle. The divine wants you to thrive and not simply survive. The majority of us have the resources and the tools, especially here in the West, right at our fingertips. And there's almost no excuse for staying in survival mode, for staying in lack consciousness. So I said it in my last video and I'll say it again, that gratitude is the portal to abundance. It's the portal to your manifestations. It's also the portal to joy and happiness. And if you really observe people in so-called so-called third world countries, it astounds me sometimes how profoundly joyful and happy they actually are in what we would perceive as poverty, I guess. And I'm not talking about people in abject poverty, people who can't even find their next meal, people who are on the streets. I'm not talking about poor souls in abject poverty. That's a whole other discussion. I'm talking about when you see people, for instance, in tribal life, where they have what we would call the basics. They've got food, family, shelter, nature, and they've got their health. Yet, us here in the West, we overlook such abundance. Having everything that you need is abundance. Everything on top of what we need to survive and to thrive is just extra. So it's important that we remember that. And going back to people in these so-called third world countries, and I'm calling it, and I'm air quoting when I say so-called, because I don't believe in the structure that we've created in this world, that, you know, we have worlds within a world. Third world countries, first world countries. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that we have such separation and categorization of people. So anyway, I won't go on that whole rant, but what I'm trying to say is that we have systems in place in this world that actively work to keep people down, to keep people in abject poverty. Those poor people have to fight with everything that they have to rise up out of their circumstances. And some of them do succeed in that and some of them don't make it. But us here, as I said, in the West, with every perceivable opportunity and resource right here for us to utilize, some of us don't see how abundant we already are. So money itself is not evil. It's the intention behind the person that holds the money that can be evil. Money simply holds the frequency of the person holding it. So when money is in the hands of a conscious soul, it becomes a tool for creation, for love, for charity, for liberation. It becomes a great tool. So I mentioned in my last video how abundance is nature and how we are nature, so therefore we are already abundant, and it's a simple case of coming into remembering of that fact. And once you do remember that fact, that we are innately abundant beings, you begin to emanate the frequency of abundance, therefore drawing in everything that you're manifesting and that you're calling into your life. It becomes effortless, because allowing yourself to receive without guilt or shame or self-sabotage is a deep soul journey. It's deeply soulful work, and it takes a lot to arrive at the place where you feel worthy. You have to do self-worth work, you have to do inner work, you have to do inner child healing. There's a lot of work that we as spiritual people, conscious people, there's a lot of work that we do, and sometimes it can take a lifetime. Some of us work through all of that in a very short period of time. Others, as I say, it can take a long time, a whole lifetime, to arrive at the place, to arrive in a place of knowing. To receive, you have to say yes to the divine. You have to accept. Anytime something amazing comes into my life, or anytime someone speaks something amazing over my life or into my life, I say yes. I receive and I accept. Both go hand in hand, receiving and accepting. And another thing, my darling, you cannot fully serve from a place of survival. If you are constantly worrying about bills, rent, the next paycheck, your nervous system is in a freeze state, a state of fight or flight. And I've spoken about this in previous videos. If you're interested, you can go and have a little look at the video. Look. I don't know where that came from. You can go and have a little look at the videos on my channel. One of my recent videos titled Your Dream Life Will Feel Like a Cage If Your Nervous System Isn't Safe. I'm referencing that video because oh, we've got a wasp. Oh, we've got a wasp. Oh my god. Okay, it's gone. That video is very important. If this message is resonating for you, that one will also. I just want to take a quick break here to show you this view. Oh my god. I mean, it's just insane. Those of you who are currently subscribed, you will know that I'm in Croatia, and those of you who are new, I'm on holiday in Croatia, and just speechless, lost for words. I'm in a world of heaven, and the things I've been manifesting and calling in from this ancient sacred island of Korčula, Croatia, is beyond even explaining to you guys. Yeah, it's all just very amazing, and I wanted to film as many videos as I could out here for you guys so that you can share in this experience with me, because it's just so divine and worthy of sharing. So my darlings, please don't let anybody fool you into thinking that the wealth that you're calling into your life is anything less than spiritual. Wealth and abundance is of God. God is abundance, God is wealth, and we are of God. So how can it be any other way? True spirituality is coming into remembering of who you are, and who you are is a fractal of the divine. Your soul is a fragment of the Most High. So how can we be less capable of creation, less capable of manifesting? So that's what we have to remember. We are co-creating our realities, our existence, our lives with God. It's a co-creation. The divine wants and needs us to thrive, needs us to move towards wealth, move towards abundance, because in us doing so, God experiences that also through us. So it's doing the divine a disservice to wallow in suffering, to wallow in survival mode. You have to, it's your duty in this lifetime to do all you can with what you have, to move towards what you define as wealth. Some of us are very, very happy and comfortable with what we do have. What wealth is to me isn't necessarily what wealth is to you, and that's all to do with our perception and our paradigm. When you shift your paradigm, when you elevate your paradigm, your thinking, wealth becomes, you begin to see through your third eye. Your natural eyes become irrelevant. When you see through your third eye, you begin to see wealth in everything. You see wealth in nature, in your surroundings. You see wealth in the food that you're eating. You see wealth in your friendships and your connections. You see wealth in your health. You see wealth in a newborn baby. You see wealth in family and loving, supportive relationships. You see wealth in it all. You see how creation is weaved in a way that exudes the frequency of wealth. The sunlight is wealth. The air we breathe, the food we eat, that is true wealth. Without those things, those so-called basics, we are very poor indeed. So I'll leave that one here for today. I love you abundantly and I love you generously. I hope today's message touched something deep inside your soul and helped you come back to a place of true remembrance. I love you. Please subscribe, share and like if you feel called to. And I'll leave you with the incredible view. Okay, bye my darlings. Mwah.